Okay, so I've been asked a few times to show what I'm doing with my legs. Obviously, I can't do it when I have a client on the table, so I'm going to stand. And I'm going to pretend I've got an etheric human being in front of me, and I'm going to try to show you what I do with stacking. There is actually a playlist called education or training videos or something like that. And in one of them there is actually a video called stacking, but of course you can't really see my legs. So this is just a part 2 of what is stacking and what am I doing with my legs. And once again, I don't have a human in front of me, so I'm fully aware that it's going to look weird. Okay, so I had to find somewhere where I could get my full body in there. So once again, imagine I've got Shelby on the table in front of me, or someone. Actually, I've got someone in mind. So Gary, if you're out there, this one's for you. So energetically, so I'm going to tap on the brain, tap on the heart. This is for the best of the client. So that's tapping around the heart energy, sort of waking up the brain, waking up the heart. Every time I'm doing something, see, I've got my fingers stacked and I've got my feet apart. That means I've got information stacked between these fingers, and funnily enough with the feet, it's actually stacked in the glute medius in the hips, but I can also use the jaw. So when you see my jaw opening and closing, at all times, one of these, my jaw or my hand or my hips, one of them has to be open, in other words, storing or saving information. It's like save on a computer program, right? Okay, so for Gary, I am happy, healthy, and well. So I'm stacking it and putting it in here, so that information. So once again, I am happy, healthy, and well. So by stacking that, as I'm doing that, I'm storing the information. Then when I'm running up and down the central meridian, quite often I'll stack that in, because if there's energy that's stuck in the central meridian, I like to grab that energy. Can you see my jaw moving as I do it? So it's like a fraction of a moment when my jaw is open, except I do it with my mouth closed, which is why it looks like I'm chewing gum all the time. I never chew gum during treatments. So it's sort of, I'm constantly stacking. When I'm putting in a part of the brain, okay, Gary, let's check your corpus callosum. So once again, imagining there's a human here. So that's stacking in the energy around the corpus callosum. So I'm stacking in the left, right sides of the brain, stacking in the amygdala points, and then asking the amygdala which one is out of balance, and it's fear, threat, danger, Gary. So your corpus callosum is being shut down because of fear, threat, danger. So with stacking, it's like save on a computer. So every time you do something, you are adding to the bit of energy we've got stacked in. So when someone lies on the table, you will see me often put, now one on their right side. So you'll often see me put my fingers behind their right shoulder blade, just in a little groove in here. And then I switch that on. And then it's like record. So sometimes when people are telling me a story about a trauma or a challenge or something like that, I'll be running the central meridian, or I'll be checking for chakras, or I'll be doing something else, but at the same time I'm storing that energy, because that's like taking a video recording. And then they'll say, I wonder why that's relevant. And I'll say, doesn't matter, I've got it stacked in now. And then I've got it stacked in. So with stacking, it's all about the jaw, it's about the hips, it's about the fingers, it's about the movement of the legs. And that's why it sort of looks like, we call it in kinesiology terminology, the dance of the demented goldfish. So it's sort of, each time I'm accessing acupuncture points, I'm stacking. A lot of kinesiologists don't do this. This is how I was taught. And I was so paranoid going back 15, 20 years ago that I was going to lose something. that I now stack more than anyone in kinesiology that I know. It's simply the way I work, and I couldn't stop it if I tried. I have tried to stack less, and I simply can't. So, okay. So just once again, just imagine Gary's little heart chakra. Heart chakra is often to do with unshed tears, self-worth, self-belief, self-trauma. So if you see Gary's comments on the videos, this is a little balance just for him. You can see what a traumatic time he's had. Really working to improve and get balanced. So that's what I'm doing, which is why I can only do so many balances a day, because my feet, it's my feet more than anything that gets sore by the end of the day. Because you can imagine every time I'm doing this, all of my body's pressure is on my left foot. So basically, because I'm stacking, so my left foot, my left ankle, my left Achilles tendons can be quite tender. If I do it all via this one, then I end up with, opponens pollicus, that's that little muscle in there. So that one ends up getting sore. So that's why, it's often why I shake it out, as well as letting go of energy. But that helps to release those 16 bones in the wrist. And so once again, I know it's weird. So running meridians, quite often I will automatically stack those in. If I'm doing an amygdala point, I'll often stack that in, so that way it's part of the equation. It's like we're writing a book and we haven't got to the end yet, and I'm sort of doing little diffusions and corrections the whole way through. The things like the chakras, the meridians, the flower essences, the tuning forks, they're all mini balances on the way through. And by the end of it, it's like an algebraic equation. Everything you've added up needs to add up to balanced at the end. So in good old kinesiology terminology, this is called stacking. I do it a bit differently from other people around the world, but this is what I was taught, and I love it. And thank you for the question. And Gary, take this on. You're doing well, mate. Okay, talk soon, everyone. Bye.